A Dubai-based engineer lost his Bangalore flat to someone he never even met. A California NRI couple discovered that their 4 crore fixed deposit simply disappeared. A London accountant married through a verified matrimonial profile lost 65 lakh rupees along with his peace of mind. Every month, Indian embassies receive hundreds of complaints from NRIs, not about phishing links, but about scams that exploit trust, distance, and legal loopholes back home. Welcome to NRI Shala. I'm Malvika, and today we're unpacking 5 of the biggest traps catching NRIs, from property cons and emotional frauds to banking betrayals and paperwork nightmares, and how you can keep your assets safe. Let's start with one of the cleverest property scams, the hawala IT trap. Imagine you're selling property. The buyer offers a great price, but urges you to take part of it in cash. It's common here, everyone does it, is what he says. Many sellers agree, hoping for quick money and lower taxes. But this cash enters the underground hawala network, dodging official banking channels. Hawala is a secret system. No bank transfers, no receipts, just silent debt settled quietly through shadow agents. This isn't harmless. Hawala is banned in India. It's linked to tax evasion and money laundering. When cash changes hands, it's nearly impossible to trace. Here's how the trap is sprung. After the sale, you might get a call from someone claiming to be an income tax officer. Your cash payment was flagged. Settle this or we will take legal action. Sometimes this is a scammer, sometimes it's the real department, tipped off by informants who earn up to 10% of any seized cash. Why is the scam so effective? Sellers want to avoid taxes and paperwork. Fear of government scrutiny makes them panic. Cash deals means no proof, so blackmail and harassment thrive. So what's the fix? Never accept cash for property. Demand official payments only, by check or bank transfer, making every rupee traceable. Quick cash isn't worth the risk. Legal money always protects you more. Before you move on, ask yourself, would you accept cash if you lived in India full-time? If not, don't risk it just because you're abroad. Next, let's talk about what happens when paperwork and your property go missing in action. An NRI from New York found his Gurgaon plot worth 10.7 crore rupees had been sold by someone pretending to be him using a forged gift ID and fake IDs. The registry showed all official stamps, but the ownership had shifted overnight. How do such scams work? Fraudsters target properties left unattended for years. They forge documents, bribe officials for stamps, and rush to resell before anyone checks. Absentee ownership makes it easy, especially for NRIs who can't visit and monitor land regularly. How can you stay safe here? Transitioning from property sales to property protection, here are a few key steps. Digitally update your property mutation. Arrange biannual checks of land records through reliable professionals, not just relatives. Stay proactive rather than reactive. Ownership isn't just a legal right, it's also vigilance. Ghost owners only win when you're out of the loop. Let bureaucracy work for you, not against you. But sometimes the scam isn't about land, it's about love. Here's a common story. An NRI from Texas meets a woman from Hyderabad on a matrimonial site. After weeks of bonding, video calls, emotional conversations, and cultural connections, requests for money begin. Visa fees, family emergencies, engagement costs. Over 4 months, 65 lakh rupees vanishes. These aren't isolated cases. Across cities, organized family rackets set up fake profiles and emotional traps targeted at NRIs seeking connection. Here's why the scam is so convincing. Let's break it down in plain terms. Loneliness and cultural expectations make us rush into relationships. Shared language and family values create a false sense of safety. Physical separation means identity checks get skipped or faked. Deep emotional investments cloud skepticism. Spotting trouble early matters. Here's what every NRI should watch for. unexpected requests for money, especially in the honeymoon phase, dodging video calls or real-world verification, stories or profiles that change with each conversation, last-minute emergencies that almost always needs urgent cash. So what's the defense? Use only verified matrimonial platforms. Demand embassy-verified documents and never send money until you've met in person and checked things with trusted friends. In matters of the heart, being cautious isn't cynical, it's wise. If emotional bonds seem risky, banking relationships can be even trickier. Let's look at the recent IndusInd Bank case. A Chennai-based NRI couple discovered their 4.36 crore rupees fixed deposit had been closed and withdrawn by branch officials with no alerts, no calls, and forged documents to cover it up. Similar abuses happened at HDFC Bank, where NRIs lost 25 to 30 crore rupees. Some staff forced clients into risky investments and then adjusted FDs to cover losses, often without consent. Another ICICI Bank episode saw an employee misappropriating 4.58 crore rupees using premature FD breaks and fake loans. So why are NRIs so vulnerable? Distance creates a blind trust and gaps in oversight. Many don't visit branches, update alerts, or reconcile transactions, letting unseen employees act unchecked. So how do you protect yourself? Start with these steps. Enable two-factor authentication for transactions and set alerts on your current phone. Hire a trusted CA or financial advisor to audit your statements quarterly. Never sign blank forms or hand over physical access to anyone, even bank staff. Consider extra controls to prevent premature FD withdrawals. The biggest scams can look friendliest. Sometimes they show up as your bank manager's smile. And when paperwork combines with authority, even trust can turn dangerous. Let's talk about the real story of Mr. Rajesh Kumar, an NRI in the UAE. He gave a general POA to his cousin back in Uttar Pradesh to manage their ancestral land. Years later, he found out his cousin had sold the land and forged signatures, cashing in on Rajesh's trust while he was thousands of miles away. Even after formal revocation, registry updates were slow, letting the misuse continue. Legal battles for years and the loss of property and trust followed. Misuse of POA hits hard. Agents can sell, pledge, withdraw, or sign contracts behind your back. It's why the Supreme Court ruled in Ghanshyam versus Yogendra Rathi, referring back to Suraj Lamp and Industries versus State of Haryana, that a POA or will never transfers legal ownership. Only a registered sale deed does. Here's how to avoid this nightmare. Issue a limited POA for specific tasks, properties, and timeframes. Notarize through the nearest consulate and register locally. Formally revoke and publish a notice on completion. Periodically check your property registry for changes. Handing a POA is handing over your signature. With the wrong intent, it might as well be handing over your life savings. What's the common thread? Every scam preys on distance, physical, emotional, or legal. Before you sign, invest, marry, or trust, ask, would I do this if I lived in India right now? If the answer is no, it's not worth doing it from abroad either. NRIs, safeguard your money and your identity. Share this video with family who manage your assets, because the most dangerous traps take advantage of trust. If you want deeper dives into verifying property, banking, or legal records from abroad, drop your requests in the comments. Subscribe to NRI Shala, where we turn complexity into clarity and caution into confidence.